Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, yesterday there was a committee meeting for the Department of Energy. And the Undersecretary of that department, who's an MP by the name of Michael Shanks, he represents Rutherglen. We met him when we did that whole Rutherglen thing with the recall petition and everything. But he was answering questions. Now, the answers he gave were odd. They were telling. They were strange but telling answers. And one in particular, which I think is worthy of mention, which is why I'm doing the video about this particularly. Kevin Stewart asked him, one of the committee members, asked him about GB Energy, you know, this mythical beast of a company that's going to be set up. It's going to save the people of Britain lots of money on their energy bills and be a wonderful thing. And all the usual old guff that parliaments and governments go on about, you know, it'll be an expensive white elephant, but hey. But Stuart asked him and said, how many jobs will it create? And this is where the interesting answer came. A bit of a word salad, I think, but it's how to say something without saying something. Because Shanks got up and said, it is still the government's ambition to create up to 1,000 jobs. Think about that. It's still the government's ambition to create up to 1,000 jobs. Well, up to includes the number one, of course. One job. And they've already created that one. Now, it's supposed to be based in Aberdeen. But that's looking less likely too. You see, when that one job they created was their CEO. And they got this guy in, a guy called, come on, Brain, you know it, Jurgen Meer. Jurgen Meer is a German, of course. Presumably, they couldn't find anyone who's British to head up GB Energy. Who knows why? Jurgen Meer comes from a country that's doing its absolute best to destroy its energy company. Oh, sorry, its energy provision. So it's a very odd pick anyway, isn't it? But they got this guy, Jurgen Meer, in, and they said, we got this, we're going to set it up, it's going to be in Aberdeen. Jurgen Meer's response was, Nein, ich müssen gehen zu Aberdeen, ja? Ich kann's nicht. And he refused to go to Aberdeen. And so they set up offices in Manchester for him. And Manchester apparently is quite acceptable, and he's working there in the head office of GB Energy in Manchester. Excellent. Not Scotland, not Aberdeen, where they said, no, there's going to be an office in Aberdeen, but it's not going to be a huge office. It's going to be a small paper-pushing exercise of an office. Sure, you're bound to have a CEO up there on 100,000 a year or something, or senior officer up there for 100,000 a year, but probably only a few jobs at best, and they'll all be sort of low-grade ancillary jobs, admin, reception, secretarial and that. Yeah, sure, they'll pay 30, 40, maybe £50,000 a year. But the one thing is, you're not going to have 1,000 jobs, and they're not going to be hugely paid, highly skilled jobs. So it's all bullshit straight away. But it's the ambition part of his response. Not commitment, not we will, not we should be creating, anything like that. It's our ambition. And when you hear a politician talk about ambition, that's coded political speech for ain't going to happen, is it? And also the up to 1,000 jobs. That's meaningless as well. Doesn't matter how far short you are. You said, well, we did say it'd be up to 1,000. And like I say, that includes one. And so far they've got one. So they've achieved that ambition of creating up to 1,000 jobs, haven't they? It's madness. They're doing this. It's going to cost to set this up something like £8.3 billion. On what? They're using existing offices. They're giving them a budget of 8.3 billion. These people aren't digging for oil or digging for coal or anything. They're paper pushers. All the other people are doing it. They're just bringing it as an umbrella organisation. Doesn't it smack of money laundering? Doesn't it smack of money being lost and parted on and, it's going to be sitting in nice big fat foreign numbered accounts for people to retire on later? And up to... We need to pass a law in this country. The Parliament need to pass a law that when you answer questions, you cannot be vague. You must answer specifically. How many jobs will you create? Not what is your ambition. How many jobs will you create? And what's the time frame? And how do we judge whether it's failed? And what is the what are the conditions of failure, as well as what are the conditions of success? And hold them to it. And if they don't meet those things, if they fail, punish them, fine them, throw them out of office. Only then will things happen in an open and clear manner. Thanks very much. Bye.